All right, here we go.
Oh,
Hey, everybody. Okay.
we could not have planned that if we did.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Bob-omb. I am your host, Fizz. I've switched it up. It feels so much more better and natural.
So much more better. We don't
Yeah,
have
and I'm here this week with Alex. What's up, dude?
just hanging out, just trying to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. You know how it is.
Yeah. What I've learned, okay, I've listened to a lot of wrestling podcasts, okay, and I would say that most of them have no idea what they're talking about. I think that you have better reasoning and understanding of wrestling than most wrestling podcasts I've listened to.
Well, that's awfully kind of you to say because my scope is so limited. I'm not caught up in '90s. Why isn't it? Why is this the PG era?
Why isn't the Attitude Era? Why doesn't Randy Orton just kill him? Why doesn't Bray Wyatt just stab Randy Orton in the head? I don't get
Where's
it.
ruthless aggression?
Oh God. Uh, I a little housekeeping. I'd say this week. So, we've both kind of realized. I think. I was more willing to admit. I think that we need to change up our format.
I'm a
Because we're both. We're what?
that I'm a traditionalist. I was committed to the path we were on, but it's
Yeah. Alex was committed to the match by match rundown. Every minute of the 5 hours that we subject ourselves to.
it was
every
my
week.
heel turn against Fizz.
He was like, "Yeah, man, we should stay doing that," and I said, "No."
I think the biggest thing
So-
we both realize we have a really busy weekend coming up. So
Yeah. And not only that, I think most of our weeks and weekends are pretty busy. And that's a lot of wrestling to watch. And it's not just that it's 5 hours of wrestling. Okay, I could do that. But it's like 5 hours of wrestling, but being actively engaged, like super engaged, and taking a lot of notes.
I mean, I was relying on you to take notes, and I was just watching it, like trying to remember stuff. I didn't take a lot of notes, but yeah, taking notes in general just takes time.
Yeah. And it means that I have to watch the bad shows more than once. Or sometimes, like, not all, like, some
And
segments.
the thing
or
with
whatever,
Raw is it's 3 hours, so like it just drags on and on. There's a lot of filler in it.
Yeah, that, and I think the other thing is, that doesn't really get talked about, but SmackDown is the day right after Raw.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Uh-huh.
It's really hard to do.
And
There's no refractory period, for lack of a better term.
and I don't mean to call Raw a lot of filler because, like, on one aspect, I get it. They're entertainers trying to entertain, but there's just it's not Nia Jax's fault. I just don't enjoy her matches. Like,
Well, you're just picking on her because you're seeing the thing in front of you.
yeah, you're right. I don't enjoy either.
That's fair. Well, so what we've decided on doing is we're going to watch the shows that we watch, and we're going to talk about what we like and what we hated, and maybe not go in depth for every single segment. Do I need to tell you about how Braun Strowman beat a guy? Probably not.
Do we need to talk about how the crowd's yelling, "Let's go, job," or "Clap, clap, 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 clap"? Nah, fam.
Nah.
But it's fun.
Nah. No. But I can tell you how awesome Jericho making a list last week was. That was amazing. Not as quite as amazing as 1,004 holds, but amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't it a callback to a previous bit he had done before? Yeah.
Yeah, so okay. It didn't hit me that you would not know this. Okay. So in WCW, he was feuding with Dean Malenko, who's Man of 1,000 Holds.
Okay.
as you may or may not know. He's a really good sound technical wrestler, so that was his thing. Is I am going to out wrestle you, and I know all of these holds. Jericho,
Being
um,
being the greatest wrestler of all time.
very very brash. He's like, oh yeah, well I'm the man of 1,004 holds. Excuse me, and so he brought out one of those old school printout sheets where it's all connected.
I've seen the picture. Yeah, it's just that.
Yeah, so he brings one of those out, and like every third or fourth thing on the list is armbar. So he goes number 1 arm drag, number 2 armbar, number 3 and then so on, like the body slam, number 4 armbar, number 5 the backbreaker, number 6 the Boston Crab, the number 7 the lion tamer, number 8 armbar. So and he went on like this, and I was actually listening to his podcast from the other day. He had Ron Funches on, who's a comedian who's a huge wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about that story, and so in the middle of it they went to commercial, and he was saying to really get the fans riled up against him. He did the list. They went to commercial, and I think they were in Chicago, I think. So he started going on and on about how their city sucks and their sports team sucks. So by the time they come back from commercial, they're just booing the crap out of him, and he starts his list again. It's like number like 700, the Saskatchewan nerve hold, and stuff like that.
The crossface, the armbar.
Yeah, it was really great. My favorite wrestling segment of all time, I'd say.
I wouldn't say that. Obviously, the greatest wrestling segment of all time is the Tea Party between Sheamus and Santino Marella.
I was wondering, why don't you tell me about the Tea Party?
Okay. Like, just halfway through, he just starts making fun of Sheamus's complexion, and this went on for like a couple months, like a week or so. No, I have no idea the time frame. I'm so far removed from it. Like a couple months, no, a week. You mean one episode, Alex? Yeah, for sure. Went on for a while where he just kept making fun of his complexion. And the thing is, like, his accent throws me off, so I can never remember exactly what he says, but it's hilarious.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm terrible at recalling things like that, I guess.
That's all right. So good times. So this week, you've watched what? No wrestling?
I have watched zero because I've been working on my thesis.
I've been watching very little. In fact, pretty much the only wrestling I've watched this week, I'm actually watching right now. It's Friday night as we're recording this, and it's the All-Star Extravaganza, Ring of Honor's pay-per-view this week, and so far it's been great. I'm very excited. There's going to be a tag team ladder match later, and yeah, it's gonna be really good. I imagine that I will assign you some homework, Alex.
I imagine you will as well.
Yeah.
The only wrestling related stuff I've watched is I watched a couple podcasts of recaps, so I'd have a rough idea of what was going to happen, and then I just never got around to watching Raw or SmackDown.
All right, so you have a much better idea of what happened this week than I do.
I mean, I watched it a little bit.
I've watched half an hour of SmackDown, so yeah. I've watched Randy Orton go to the boiler room, stare at a makeshift arrow, and they flip it around the other way like a cartoon.
I remember listening to that. It ends with him in a rocking chair wearing the mask.
Yeah, I don't
get it.
I heard, okay, so I listened to recap podcasts, so I guess I kind of know what happened, but they were confused. I was confused as I watched it. I didn't finish SmackDown, so I didn't get to see how it ended, but it seemed bad.
Yeah, I kind of like it, and I know I like weird stuff. I just like the aspect of, like, with Xavier Woods, you could see that Bray Wyatt in a feud with that, like, affected him, so I appreciated that aspect, because if they're going to keep billing him as this god and eater of worlds, but having zero effect on anybody, like, just stop. But this is all being a Bray fan.
Well, I did like, but that was all on Woods.
Oh, for sure. It has to be the other
Like-
side of it. Like, with Randy
He was
Orton.
the only reason that was good.
Yeah. Xavier Woods was wholly committed to making Bray look like Bray should look. And then it just bugs me because Randy Orton is, a veteran and he's completely no-selling. So that just kind of tells me that the company is, for lack of a better term, punishing Bray for something.
Well, he is a Viper, so he is not scared of a god.
Okay.
Did you know Bray is a god?
I did from his last 7 things.
Bray cannot be vanquished.
Except for by
Alex.
Demon Kane, clearly.
No, not even a demon, because he's still around. He's a god. He cannot die.
Demon
But
Kane won the...
but he reminded Randy last week, you are mortal and you can die, but I can't.
Oh.
So the only logical explanation for this feud to end is that Randy Orton must die.
Or Randy Orton becomes a god, Hercules style.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I played through God of War. I know how it
All right,
ends.
Kratos.
Yeah,
Did you play
It's,
the series? All 3 of them?
Kratos Orton.
Yeah, next Randy Orton's going to come out with full white body paint and red.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'd be fully committed to it.
Yeah, it's the ash and blood of his family, because Bray killed them.
'Cause
See, this is great. This is great. We've appeased the Attitude Era fans.
Huh.
So let's so this week.
Randy Orton's SummerSlam match appeased the Attitude Era fans, where he just got a sledgehammer, aka
Oh God,
forearm, caves his face in.
I didn't like any of that.
I don't think anyone did.
Oh God, that was so bad.
All right, before I gave you up another tangent, what are you trying to get us started into?
Oh, so I'm going to get us started onto what we decided we were going to talk about this week.
Mhm.
So we made our pay-per-view predictions, and we're going to go over those. And then at the end of that, we're going to do our top 10 tag teams of all time.
Okay.
Okay?
I have the match pulled up if you want. Just let me.
Yeah, why don't you lead the way for a bit.
All right. The first match was in the pre-show. There was a one-match pre-show of Alicia Fox and Nia Jax.
Okay?
The fact that there's one match in the pre-show makes me think, hey, guys, remember this match that doesn't matter? Here it is.
Well, at least it's not multiple matches that don't matter.
I think it was just one in the pre-show. I may be wrong.
Yeah, well, they've been doing like 2 or sometimes... I don't ever think I've ever seen 3, but so a lot of times there were 2 matches on the pre-show that didn't matter, and oftentimes it was the U.S. title, Kalisto. so the pre-show match this time was Nia Jax versus Alicia Fox. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm assuming, since I don't have your predictions pulled up, we're gonna go by the honor system here. That you had Nia Jax winning.
You had to be a crazy person not to pick Nia Jax. And Alicia Fox is playing this role of crazy.
Yeah, my outside bet is that Nia Jax was going to be arrested for murder after she pinned Alicia Fox. It did not come true, so I will take my 1 point.
Yeah.
I was going for bonus points there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For everything that I've heard, because I didn't watch the pay-per-view, and I'm sorry for all people listening that want us to watch these. I just don't have time sometimes. From what I heard,
Like we said, it's been an extremely stressful and busy week for both of us, I think.
yeah, especially when we do 4 or 5 hours of Blade in the Dark.
Yeah. Well, you guys should watch that. It's great.
Yeah, I'm super looking forward to playing tomorrow. Anyway, Nia Jax, I'm sure, just annihilated Alicia Fox. I don't know what they're gonna do with Nia Jax because the thing that sucks about Raw is they have to protect like 3 women in their division and Nia Jax. Like you can't have who's Nia Jax feud with after Alicia Fox?
Bailey.
Nia Jax can't win that feud.
Yep. Well, actually, no. I think you're wrong.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I would not like that to be that way, but yeah, I think they're gonna start beating Bailey really bad.
God, I really hope not. I don't want it. Because I want Bailey to probably win the championship at WrestleMania, probably against Sasha Banks, which sucks because then where do you put Charlotte?
No, well, she just isn't right in the title picture right then. I don't think that's bad.
It just seems really weird with how like
I mean, you end a feud and then you start another.
Alicia Fox can lose right now. Dana Brooke can lose right now.
Well, Alicia Fox can lose forever. She's a jobber.
Yeah, but okay. Who can Nia Jax reasonably beat that brings her higher into the title picture hopes? Like
Bailey.
She can do a feud with Bailey. Like maybe as Bailey.
I think they're gonna treat Bailey like Sami Zayn. They're gonna beat her a lot, and then eventually they'll want to tell that story where Bailey is the underdog and she comes back and she's gonna fight for winning and then she'll win. But I imagine that they're gonna beat her for a long time before that happens.
Maybe. Like I said, I want Bailey to win at WrestleMania. Probably.
I want Bailey to win every match she's in.
Well, I agree.
No, I need to make that clear right now.
But I think WrestleMania would be the coolest place to have her get the title.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, I'm with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's really like unless Paige is coming back. Because I don't.
She's having surgery.
Okay.
She's having neck surgery.
Oh well, she's done forever. Word.
Well, it depends. Depends on what kind, I guess. But she tweeted out the other day that it's time to get her neck fixed, and she's gonna fix her neck. So that probably means she's gonna have surgery on her neck. So that's super unfortunate because she's been out with an injury for a very long time now.
Biggest thing, the difference between SmackDown and Raw right now, I think, is the women's divisions. Because like on SmackDown, anyone can friggin' win. I don't know who's gonna win. They do a good job of keeping it balanced and like a parody style.
Yeah, because all the matches are six women matches. Like they're all literally in the main event of the women's division. Every match.
Not every. They had
every match
recently.
Okay. So 4 out of the 6 of them are in the main event. Every match.
At least they're on TV. Like.
Well, yeah.
Dana Brooke, like the only other person such as Alicia Fox that can lose right now, without having them to feel like they protect them. I feel like Raw is really committed to protecting a lot of their people, and it on some hand it just gets.
I don't know. They beat Kevin Owens before his title match at the pay-per-view.
I don't know. Like John Cena lost clean over on SmackDown.
Well, that didn't matter.
Why didn't that matter?
Because they're telling us it didn't matter.
Okay.
What happened? What happened afterwards? Nothing. Is Dean Ambrose any higher up on the card or elevated or a bigger threat because he beat John Cena?
Probably.
No.
Why not?
They haven't said that. They haven't showed us that at all.
Superman John Cena. He can beat whoever he wants.
He beat John Cena on a roll-up on a SmackDown that nobody watched.
People are watching SmackDown.
No one watched that one.
It's the better show.
Well, no one watched. No one cared. The company certainly didn't care. They're not.
Okay.
They're not. I mean, hey, just facts, man.
Well, anyway.
Sure. Yes, the record books, he beat John Cena, but it didn't help him at all.
All right.
Like it should have. It should have.
Yeah. I mean.
But they're just like, I don't know. That was weird. It was weird that he got the roll up.
The thing is, SmackDown's
beating John Cena should mean something.
SmackDown's
and it didn't.
Are terrible. It's not Dean's fault. The JBL.
Well, I didn't say it was Dean's. It's certainly not Dean's fault.
Because who's the new announcer on Raw from NXT? I still don't know his name, but he's
Corey Graves. He's great.
He's the best.
Yeah, I know.
He has great chemistry with both.
I wish he was on SmackDown with Morrow because they would be the best duo.
No.
And I wish whoever they had as the third person just wouldn't talk. Morrow's great. I don't know why you don't like Morrow.
He's terrible.
Morrow's awesome.
He's so terrible.
Look, you just don't like his references.
Not in the slightest.
Well, no one does.
You can just went from 0 to 100 real quick. Shut up, Morrow.
Look. He's really good at calling matches.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh my goodness. Look, I understand. I think the references are bad too, but he's still good at what he does.
Okay. I think that's enough of the Nia Jax and Alicia Fox match.
You need to watch Morrow with a more critical eye.
The match after that, so the first one on the actual pay-per-view was the tag match, the New Day versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So did they just give up on calling them the club?
What did they call them?
They just called
nothing
them by their names, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Well, that's good because the club was a stupid name. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. I wish that
I much would rather them call them Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
Or Anderson and Gallows. That's fine too.
I like Anderson and Gallows. It's alphabetically correct.
Yeah.
It bums me that the WWE couldn't get like the Bullet Club, but I totally get it because they still have Kenny Omega and other people doing that stuff over in New Japan.
Well, New Japan owns the rights.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
To the Bullet Club.
I wanted WWE to like get the rights. You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah, well, get like a leasing deal or something. Yeah. I'm sure it would have been very expensive, and they just went, nah, we'll do our own thing. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't very fine. So I had the club winning this match. What about you?
I also had the club winning.
Yeah, we kind of figured it was time that the club won.
It has to be. And then spoiler,
but
they didn't win.
Yeah. What's up with that?
They keep talking about...
What's the deal with the club losing?
They keep talking about the New Day going for the record or whatever, which is like 3 months away.
Yeah, they want to beat Demolition's record. I think that they're going to do that.
Yeah, of course they're going to do it.
So I don't know what they're going to do with Anderson and Gallows until then. I kind of hope they kind of reestablish them as like badasses who just beat people up. That'd be nice.
It would be, but like, who do they go in feud with right now? Probably.
Hold on.
Probably Sheamus and Cesaro now.
Yeah. Well, no, they'll lose that one. That won't work.
Yeah, you got to put those guys up, huh? They can't feud with Enzo and Cass right now. They're feuding with Shining Stars.
Have them beat those guys up. That's fine. Yeah, you put those three teams in a rotating order, is have them beat them up. I don't know.
Who?
That's not a good idea either. It's really not.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
I honestly think Sheamus and Cesaro are probably going to end up being like, I think they end up being the people who who beat the New Day for the titles after they break the record.
I could see that. It can't be Enzo and Cass. Their humor is too similar. So then it wouldn't be very compelling to watch the contrast. I think not Enzo Cass, Cesaro and Sheamus will probably end up being face.
So I think what will happen, I'm gonna fancy book this for a second. I think what will happen is they will put Cesaro and Sheamus in a bunch of geek matches where they beat up jobbers, and they're gonna do that for a few weeks because
boring.
Hey man, it'll be good because of the interaction between the two. Because Sheamus and Cesaro are actually interesting to watch together.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, Cesaro 619. What?
Yeah, it was the slowest 619 I've ever seen.
Because the only scene was Rey Mysterio, who's tiny.
It's like I could have stopped for a bathroom break and then come back. He'd still be doing it
on the run up.
Yeah, so I think that they will beat a bunch of jobbers week after week. The club will beat up the Shining Stars, and then they'll trade wins with Enzo and Cass, and then for some reason, inexplicably, we'll be told that the club is a good tag team, even though they beat up 2 idiots and trade wins with 2 other idiots. And then Sheamus and Cesaro will beat the club, and then they will be #1 contenders for the titles, and they will break
down.
No. And then they will beat the New Day.
Sure.
That's my prediction.
Goldust and R-Truth will come back and win it all.
Ah, the club can beat them up too. There you go.
If they were ever on TV.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's up with them. They're too old.
All right. So we both had the club winning, and spoilers, they did not.
Yeah.
What was your extra point you're going for with this one? Or were you not going for one?
No, I didn't. I had the club wins finally.
Oh, yeah.
After all this time of like almost winning, but the New Day cheating, yeah, well, they finally won. Nope. That would have been a good story. It wasn't. So, there you go.
So we got Werewolf 1-1. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Next was the Cruiserweight Championship. I had TJ Perkins winning.
I did as well. I would have been so upset had they done a title change on literally the first match.
Yeah, that'd have been. I agree. I was like, they're not going to change the title right away. That'd be silly. And I think they're going to try to establish Kendrick as like the only heel in the cruiserweights.
Oh, he's super good at it, man.
Well, yeah. The thing is,
you didn't watch the pay-per-view, right?
No.
But I suggest you watch this match. It was good.
okay. The thing is, I got from is Kendrick is a veteran, and he's like the only one who can talk at all. So like he has to be the heel of the division.
Well, he has the most experience doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually in my Facebook group of wrestling people from who are local. We usually go down to like the comic shop, and he'll have the pay-per-views playing. We started doing a thing where we keep track of our predictions, and there's like if you predict something and you get an extra point. So like
from our Make-A-Wish Foundation.
There's an ad on this website that means to pull up the match. I don't want to talk about it.
That's cool, man. Don't worry. Write that down. Anyways, so my prediction point for this match was TJP would win, and it would be a good match, and TJ Perkins would kick out of Brian Kendrick's finisher, the sliced bread, and he did. He did do it. So, just wanted to let everyone know that I was right.
The only cruiserweight match I've seen is actually the #1 contender match where they had like that fatal four-way.
Oh no! Well, this is a problem.
And then
No. I need you to watch Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi in the CWC. You'll love it.
All right, I'll watch it later. But let me get my point first.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Is the fatal four-way? They're all doing cool moves, and all of a sudden, Brian Kendrick comes out of nowhere and just steals a pin. Like I didn't see anything that Brian Kendrick did, so I had no idea. It almost seems like he wrestles like a normal person in the cruiserweight classic when they're all doing crazy athletic stuff, and he's just like, I'm a normal wrestler.
Yeah, he's just kind of a small dude.
He's just like grounded stuff, man. I just hit hard. What up?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's awesome. I love him. But yeah, he's not a super high flyer like some of those other guys were. Cedric Alexander is like a crazy good high flyer, as was like everyone else in that fatal four-way actually.
Okay. So we both got 2 right so far.
Yeah.
I had Sheamus winning.
I
don't know who you had winning.
That was a bold play. So I said that Cesaro would win.
Well, here's the thing.
And I also said, but it seems too obvious of a story.
Did you write that?
Do I get a half point?
You get a half a point? That's garbage.
No, I was asking. Do I?
No.
All right. We get no points here because
I would have given you the full point.
If what?
You were like Dusty finish. I'll give you
Oh.
one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also thought this would be the match of the night. That's how committed I was to this match. Because I feel like they've been having some pretty solid matches, and then people are slowly turning around on them. Like, I think people are starting to dig Sheamus a little bit, and I hope so.
I do. I did. I've been enjoying him a lot. This match was actually really good. The crowd was super into it. It ended in a draw. And now the title... well, they were promised a title shot. Now they are tag team partners. This is great.
Yeah, do they still get the title shot, or are they just going to be tag team now?
I think they will I think the title shot they're going to get is the tag.
Well, yeah,
titles.
but like I just didn't know if that was like guaranteed at this point.
I think that Mick said something about like it's gonna be the tag titles.
Word.
Yep.
So what from what I heard, it was a great match.
It was fantastic.
And I'm super looking forward to whatever they do. They're gonna have really cool chemistry. As two guys who just beat the crap out of people, only faces. I think they'll be faces, but if Cesaro turns heel because he like cheated halfway through, I can see that too.
Yeah, man, he's a cheater.
Or maybe they'll be like a weird tweener combo. I don't know. Looking forward to it.
I don't know. There's a lot of gray areas now, which is fine. Gray is good.
Yeah, it's reflective of real life. So
yeah, exactly.
All
right, what came after this?
Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho. I had Sami Zayn winning.
I had Jericho winning with interference.
Because I'm an idiot. I forgot that WWE hates Sami Zayn. So.
Yeah, I don't. Well, like I said, they gotta beat him, so they can build him up as the underdog again. Because he beat Kevin Owens like a month ago.
Yeah, that didn't matter, obviously.
Yeah, I think eventually it will matter, and eventually you'll get another Zayn's and Owens feud, and it'll be great.
I know. I wanted the Sami Zayn Owens feud to accelerate, so I was like, Sami Zayn will beat up Chris Jericho. It's Kevin Owens' best friend. It's fine. It'll be great. And then it set up like a triple threat match between the three of them. I thought it'd been awesome.
Could have been. I think maybe the next feud you get out of Kevin Owens after the Seth Rollins might be Chris Jericho.
Really? Okay.
I think so.
Who flips face there?
Jericho.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Or maybe no one. Could be no one.
They could just.
I think people. I don't know if they need it in that match. I think people will be into it, and no matter what. Chris Jericho's been so damn entertaining.
My favorite thing ever is when he refused to sell merch.
Yeah. So on Raw last week, when it was this week, I think. He said he was making a stupid idiot list, and Enzo and Big Cass made the list, and Enzo made a relation to Jericho being Santa, and Jericho came back with, "Oh yeah, well maybe I'll come down there and sit on your laps," and Cass was like, "Excuse me." You're gonna sit on our laps? And Jericho responds with just complete denial. No, I didn't.
Jericho's the greatest of all time.
He's like, no, I said I was gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah, I think that was this week. I didn't watch that, but I love it.
It was really good. So Jericho won.
Yes. I don't know how though.
I do.
Oh, Codebreaker. Pinfall.
Yeah. That's exactly how.
And it was the women's match. I don't know if you watched.
I watched some of it.
Okay.
So I thought Bailey would win, and I thought Sasha would turn heel here.
I think
Not how it played out.
I gotta pull it up. I think I had Sasha winning. No, I had Charlotte winning and retaining. Dana had some involvement in my predictions. You can pull it up on the Discord. Yeah, I thought Charlotte would retain because I want I want Sasha to get it, and then, like I said, lose to Bailey later. So I didn't want Bailey to win it here. That'd be silly. But I also didn't think they'd give it to Sasha, especially I think they'd try to test her out for a couple weeks and see how her back's holding up first.
Right.
So I thought Sasha and Charlotte would have another longer program going with Bailey in and out. And then eventually Sasha winning, turning heel, and then dropping it to Bailey at SummerSlam, WrestleMania.
That's fair. So I thought they would give it to Bailey here, just because I think a title on Bailey is Bailey alone is money, but I think putting on the title on her is big money in a huge way, and I thought they would want to fast track that.
I think they'll wait till WrestleMania because it's the biggest stage.
Yeah, that's fair. So I thought that Sasha would then turn heel. They would kind of do like a faux respect angle between Sasha and Bailey at the end. That would have been really neat, I think. Didn't work out that way. Charlotte pinned Bailey, right?
Oh, yeah, Bailey took the pin.
Yeah, so they're probably going to go with the Sasha-Charlotte feud for a bit longer.
Good man.
Bailey will probably get beat by Nia Jax.
I hope not.
Telling you, man.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. So what's the score right now? There's 2 matches left.
We're tied.
Is it tied 3-3?
Yes.
Last pay-per-view, didn't I run the table?
You ran the table. You got all 6.
I ran the table. Okay. So right now I have 9. What do you got cumulatively? Do you remember?
Let's see. I gotta pull up the SmackDown pay-per-view. What was it called? Right?
Nope. I don't know.
No Mercy? No, that's the next one.
No, that's the next one.
Oh, gosh.
Wasn't Clash of Champions. That was this one.
Yeah.
It was Backlash.
Backlash. All right.
Payback? Payback or Backlash? I think it's Backlash.
I think it was Backlash as well. Okay. Let's see. Results. Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. I don't think either of us cared about that one. Women, I got wrong.
I don't think we knew it was on the card yet.
Yeah. Okay, so I got the Usos beating Hype Bros. There's one. Miz won.
Oh, did I lose you? I think I lost Alex.
There we go. My internet.
Hey!
All right. So
He's back.
I am down 9-6 total.
Ooh, it's not too far.
Down 3 because you ran the table last time.
Yeah.
All right. So the next match.
All right, so there's 2 matches left. Roman Reigns versus Rusev.
What did you have?
I had Roman Reigns winning the U.S. title. So, we don't have to boo him for winning the Universal title either. The feud will continue, and then I wrote down Mas Machka.
I had Rusev Machka winning because I hate Roman. Just out of spite.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
Give me them points. Give me them points. Yeah.
the crowd still hates Roman so much. I was like, WWE, they won't make the same mistake again, will they?
Oh, are you kidding me? It's been years. It's literally been years that we've been booing this guy, and they don't give a shit.
What?
No, he's gonna win. You put him in a title match, he's gonna win.
Like, Rusev was like...
You can't beat him. He's Roman Reigns.
Rusev's like, are you kidding me, Mick Foley? You give him another shot? And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck, Mick Foley?
Dude, it's Roman Reigns. People love him.
No one...
People love Roman.
One person loves
Everyone loves Roman
One
Reigns.
person loves Roman Reigns.
The hero Roman Reigns.
And his
The
name is...
American
Yeah.
vanquished the evil foreigner.
Shut your mouth.
Hey man, that's how they booked it.
That's not how they booked it, Roman.
That's how they booked it. Rusev is the evil foreigner, and Roman Reigns is the all-American hero.
Oh, the All-American American is on the other show. About to get ready to chop.
No, you don't know Jack.
He's about to chop out Baron Corbin. I know Jack.
Look, Baron Corbin is my savior.
Baron Corbin is going to win the title off John Cena. What?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Real quick though, the All-Star Extravaganza, highly recommending it. By the way, I just watched the world title match. It's fantastic, as was a lot of the other matches on the card. Now the main event is the three-way tag ladder match, and they're doing this crazy montage of Ring of Honor ladder matches, and a lot of it is Kevin Steen and El Generico murdering each other.
It's because they're the greatest of all time.
Oh my god.
They're second.
Oh my god! Sorry. Okay, I have to explain this. For anyone who's not seen that match, I think it was at Final Battle several years ago. Kevin Steen, a.k.a. Kevin Owens, and El Generico, a.k.a. Sami Zayn. So they set up two ladders in the ring, standing up, right? Just normally how you would climb them in the ring, okay? In between those two ladders, they've bridged two ladders. So it's like on one rung, there's a ladder that goes across, and then a rung higher, there's another ladder that goes across. And they're on the middle top ladder, right? And Kevin Owens delivers a package pile driver. Kevin Steen delivers a package pile driver to El Generico through these ladders. Somehow, apparently Generico's not dead.
Yeah, because he's still wrestling.
Well, no, he's not. Sami Zayn is.
Shut your mouth.
So, I was listening to this this podcast that Kevin Owens was on. I think it was the Sam Roberts wrestling podcast, and they were talking about his feud with Sami Zayn, and then asked him about El Generico or something, and he's like, I don't know, I haven't seen that guy in a long time, but for some reason Sami Zayn likes to do a lot of the same things to me that guy used to.
My favorite story of Kevin Owens is the fact that he was El Generico's manager. Like, if you wanted to get El Generico on your show, you had to talk to Kevin Owens, or Kevin Steen at the time.
That's pretty good.
Thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So, Monster having Roman.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Look, it's not like I wanted Roman to win. I just knew he would.
I thought he'd lose, like, one more time.
What? Okay. How would you have beat Roman Reigns against Rusev?
How'd you beat him?
Yeah, how would you have beaten him?
Well, apparently he's another guy that
Would Lana throw a shoe?
Raw has to protect, so some interference from Lana or like a count out, like nothing like a pin or anything, or like you pin
Roman
on
Reigns
the rope or
is
something.
Roman Reigns is like the only babyface they have.
Sami Zayn.
Nah, he sucks. Look, he loses all the time.
The Architect. He turned face.
Well, he's working on it.
Hates it.
It's been really bad so far.
I think he hates being face. I think he hates it.
I think he'll get into it. They've done such a weird translation with him that it's just not really working out super good.
Where's Neville at? Can Neville just be a face and run for the title?
I think he's coming back soon. He was hurt for a while.
It's hurt all the time. Poor guy.
Well, he was just hurt for a long time.
Well, yeah, back for like a couple matches and then disappeared again.
That could be. They'll probably do cruiserweight stuff.
Maybe. I think they'll leave the cruiserweights by themselves for a good chunk of time.
Yeah, like let them establish themselves, but and then maybe he'll come in. I think he'll lose.
A big
but
make a main event push because they want to, and then Enzo will get stuck in the cruiserweights.
Yeah, that might not be bad.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be something for Enzo to do, right?
Besides being a glorified like hype man manager.
Exactly. It would keep him relevant. Last match, KO versus Seth Rollins.
I'm sure we both had KO winning.
We did,
of course. So I'm still down 4. Gosh dang it! I'm gonna run the table at the SmackDown one.
So what's the score? 11-7?
Yeah, whatever it is, you're up.
7-11, baby.
What up? Yeah. Kevin Owens won. I think there was interference from Jericho, if I read that right.
Yep, lots of it.
Which is awesome because
lots of interference.
There's only so much.
Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what happened. So they're fighting. Jericho came out, interfered a lot. There's the ref went down for a long time, and then Kevin Owens is kind of down and out, and that's when. But it's been a while. Like they do the thing where like Seth Rollins pins Kevin Owens, but there's no ref. The crowd counts to like 10 as Seth lays on top of him. And he's trying to wake the ref. Not really doing it. It's been so long at this point, but Stephanie comes out with the ref, goes, go, go, go. Go get in there. This has now have been enough time for Kevin Owens to recover. He power bombs Seth and then wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked and disliked the fact that Jericho interfered. I liked it. I liked it from Jericho.
They're heels, baby.
Okay, yeah. I liked it from Jericho's side because there's only so much of he's a best friend I can get into in wrestling, and then they don't do anything about it when they're in matches. It's hilarious to me. It's like he's my best friend. I'm gonna watch from the monitor as he gets beat up. And Jericho's not like, nah, man. He's the best friend.
You mean like Roman and Dean? They're the brothers who like to drink beer together?
Yeah. And then just don't give a shit when stuff hits the fan.
Yeah. Like Roman Reigns and his family, the Usos.
Yeah. So it was cool to see that. But I also didn't like that he got interference from Kevin Owens' perspective because I want Kevin Owens to be this monster who just beats everybody up without needing anybody else as backup. Sort of. I want him to be like a monster heel instead of more or less a chicken shit heel kind of guy getting carried because I saw enough of that during Seth Rollins' run where everyone was helping him.
I feel that, but I think the thing about Owens is that he plays it a lot differently, even though that's the same kind of archetype that he's going for. It's different because he has that layer of aggression, and he shows it in he can convey it really well. So I think that he's okay where he is right now, but I totally get like the sentiment that you have.
Yeah. Just thoughts on it. Of course, his pop-up powerbomb is still a devastating force, which it should be. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So that ends the card. You're up 4. Want to just get right into the tag teams, or do you want to just discuss any sort of things that you got from pay per view, like storyline wise, that are interesting to you?
No, I got nothing. Let's hop into the top 10 best tag teams of all time.
All right, you can go.
Time. Echo effect.
I want to make clarification that a lot of tag teams were really good before I watched. So if I missed your guys' favorite tag teams, I'm sorry that I'm a child.
I actually kind of felt the same way. But again, our demo skews younger, so I think probably. So a lot of the probably better, more established tag teams that should be on our list most likely probably didn't make the list, and those people probably don't care. Would you like me to start?
I'll go for it.
All right. My number 10 is the Fabulous Freebirds. They're a classic tag team of trio with Michael P.S. Hayes and two other dudes who I don't remember right now. But the thing I like about the Freebirds, the very little I saw of them, so I won't really comment on their matches or how great their stuff was. They had a definite look and swagger about them. And of course, they invented the Freebird rule.
That's what they keep talking about with Xavier, like the third person thing, like only two people.
Yes.
Title. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So it's a 3-person tag team, and the gimmick is any one of the three can defend it. So New Day has done this. Freebirds, obviously. Hall, Nash, and X-Pac have done this. The Freebird rule. And it's been around, and a lot of people have utilized it.
Cool. Yeah, like even when they wear the belts, they alternate. It's typically Kofi, but every once in a while I see Xavier Woods has it.
Mm-hmm. So who do you got at 10?
I have the Brothers of Destruction. just
all right.
Of their solo feud almost. And it's just fun because even when they aren't tag team, they're sort of a tag team because they just enter the ring and kill people.
Yeah, I dug when they kind of had their little mini comeback against the Wyatts. I mean, they just straight up murdered the Wyatts, but like the feud was bad, but I was kind of into them just beating people up. That was fun.
It's so much fun watching two 7-foot dudes chokeslam other people.
Yeah,
and they both had some, cool pile driver moments and all sorts of fun stuff. Big Undertaker fan. Kane's kind of okay, but when he's with Undertaker, it's awesome to me.
Kane's kind of okay.
In comparison, it's not his fault that he's not the first.
Do you know how hot Kane was in 2001?
No, I was.
Kane was on fire.
I was in first grade in 2001.
Oh my god. But honestly though, Kane was lit.
Yeah, because he's the devil demon.
You're no-selling my puns. It's making me angry.
Get out of here, Marco.
Hot? Fire? Lit? Come on! What more do you want?
I said devil's favorite demon. What do you want from me?
Look, but honestly though, he really was like a big deal. Like, this was like when Hulk came back to WWE as Hollywood Hulk. Like, if they had a match together, I'm not positive. Okay, it would have been Hulk probably. But, like, Kane was that popular at that time where he could have main evented with Hulk Hogan.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Just educating the people, man.
For sure. Do you want me to go to 9 or you want 9?
Yeah, let's do that. I thought that was fun last time.
Okay, number 9. This is a tag team I don't really know anything about, but the way they have a legacy, I have Legion of Doom / Road Warriors. I think they also went by.
Yep.
I think they inspired a lot of heel tag teams that do the same kind of style with the face paint and stuff like that. So I felt like them being on the list was fair and valid. And the thing is that I put them above Brothers of Destruction because I think more of Undertaker as a solo guy. And then Doom, I think, really embraced the whole that they were a tag team kind of deal.
Oh yeah, they were a tag team from like beginning to end, pretty much.
Yeah.
So my number 9 is the Steiner Brothers.
Hey.
Steiner Brothers are great.
Uh-huh. I agree.
Scott Steiner is my spirit animal. Rick Steiner was just this crazy dude, and they were cool because I think at the time they were kind of like the first tag team I saw where it was like these two guys have distinctly different styles of wrestling, and that's kind of what made them fun. Like Rick Steiner was a big bruiser, and Scott Steiner, believe it or not, was a technical mastermind.
Yeah.
No, and I'm being serious. He was.
I can see it. I saw very little of old school Steiner. Mostly all I see is, Big Papa Pump, White Lightning.
So Big Papa Pump is a botch fest. But Scott Steiner, though, with the mullet, was a fantastic wrestler.
What about the zipper in his goatee? What's up with that?
Look, man, I don't tell Scott Steiner how to live his life, dude. He's doing way better than I am.
That's fair. Who do you got at 8, Fizz?
My number 8 is... Oh, you didn't know? That's the New Age Outlaws.
Okay, that's I'm thinking of the Outsiders. I don't know who New Age Outlaws is.
Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
Okay.
Yeah. I initially had them really, really high, and then I kind of thought about it like a lot, and I was like, at the time they were definitely my favorite because I was like a kid and they were fun and colorful and said bad words and stuff, but definitely a good tag team, one of the best for sure. But there are a lot of great tag teams. It became painfully obvious as making this list.
Yes. I could see that. Like
Road Dogg, one of the best on the mics.
We were just talking about it. I had Harlem Heat on my original one, and they were not on my final. I think I had the Outsiders, which was Razor Ramon and Scott. Not Scott.
It's Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, fuck. I completely botched that, but I had them on my list too, and they slid off.
Ooh.
They're not on my list anymore either. I don't know if you have any honorable mentions you want to make light of right now.
Harlem Heat, I think, is one that deserves it. There's honestly, there's too many. There's way too many.
Yeah.
Like the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express. Arn Anderson did tagging with his brother Ole and Tully Blanchard, and there's just so many in like there are a lot of the older tag teams that I didn't get a chance to mention
Slater
because simply I just what?
Heath Slater and Rhino.
It was very tempting. We have to wait and see on them. But I watched Heath Slater this week wrestle, and he's still great.
Mm-hmm.
He's actual like a force to be reckoned with now. He's not just a geek. It's great. So who do you got at 8?
8 and my 8 and 7 are going to show that clearly I don't know wrestling. Is I have New Day and Shield. I'm the worst.
Why? Those are two of like really good factions.
Because I didn't know if their tag teams are actual like staples, specifically with Shield.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need to make an amendment to my list. Okay. I need to drop every person down one notch that I've already said.
Okay.
So I have to knock the Freebirds off the list. Sorry, guys. Okay. I can't believe that I didn't put these guys.
And who is that? Who would that be?
Well, we'll get to it when we get there.
Okay. So, like I said, I had New Day and Shield. New Day, I think, have just been super relevant for a long time. They're going to give them the record. We already talked about it. And then Shield, they just came in and beat people up and had a great run of just being, not losing to anybody and then they went up and did their singles things, and they're all at the top end of the card, whether we want them to be or not. Yeah.
So I think Shield's a cop out because I don't see them really as a tag team.
Okay.
But I'm okay with it.
Then I'd put
because like they were like tag champs for a while too.
Then I'd put Harlem Heat instead of the Shield on my list.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think anyone would really argue with it, but I think those are fine additions, honestly.
And then who would you have at 7, Fizz?
Okay, so, well, I actually would have had. Okay, hold on. So,
Still changing the list.
so the list changed, right? So I am like one ahead theoretically, because the Freebirds become 11.
You want me to say my 7?
So I said the New Age Outlaws. So that's technically my 9. So I'm gonna go a couple times to catch up with you.
Okay, I just
Okay.
my 7.
Okay. So let me make the changes to my list really quick. So I like actually put the numbers so I don't get confused in my head. Okay. So you just did your number 7.
Yes.
Okay. So to recap, my 11 are Freebirds, my 10 is the Steiner Bros, my 9 is New Age Outlaws, 11 is the Hart Foundation with Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
I considered them a stable and didn't put them on mine.
Well, see, later they were a stable with all of the Hart family.
Uh-huh.
But before that, they were actually just a tag team, and it was Bret Hart and the Anvil.
Okay.
Really good tag team, obviously. I mean, two just legends. I'm just gonna move right past them real quick to my number 7, which were the Rockers. That's Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
Is that where they both had long hair and then he kicked him through a window?
So they tagged for a really long time. Shawn became like this bad boy, and they were doing an interview piece, and Shawn kicked him through the barbershop window.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what it is.
So
Word.
they I'm not sure, and someone can correct me if they really need to, but I think they kind of revolutionized like the high-flying tag team. And that's why I put them on the list.
Okay.
Because that became such a staple in modern wrestling, I think, is the kind of high-flying tag team. And they were actually really fun to watch.
Okay. Cool. That's valid.
Yeah. So I'll move to my number 6, so then we can kind of keep up our thing too.
Yeah.
So my number 6 is the Outsiders.
Okay. Yeah. Matt, touched on.
So I love the Outsiders. I love Hall and Nash. And whenever I think of tag team wrestling, I kind of think of them. Because they did a lot of small things. Like they're two of the dudes who possess the most ring psychology in like the business. So they would do this sort of thing where Scott Hall would put on an amazing abdominal stretch. Always. And so what they would do is they would get one guy in the stretch, and they would kind of like bait the other babyface tag team partner into the ring, so the ref would go over there and go, "You guys can't come in the ring, get back on the apron." While he's doing that, Hall's reaching his hand out, and Kevin Nash grabs his hand and just wrenches on him, so he's getting this bigger stretch on the guy. So they do little things like that, and it really made tag team wrestling for me. And that's probably, like, that's something that's been around for ages, but it was something that happened for me when I was young, that it kind of just, this is what tag team wrestling is.
Mm-hmm. That's valid. That is really cool that they do. And of course, they were two of the top end people on their cards, so it was cool to see them as a tag team.
Right. And they would main event as a tag team, too.
Yeah, which is cool. That goes back to me on my number 6. We already talked about them. I have the Steiner Bros. Big Papa Pump. What up?
You put them way up there.
Yeah, because, again, Shield I felt cop-out kind of. New Day, I was kind of unsure on their lasting legacy when they're relatively new. I know they're not super new, but, like, in comparison to some of these teams that have an established career. So I stuck Steiner Brothers up at 6.
Awesome. So who did you have at 5?
The old school DX, not the revamped version, but like the original, the OG DX.
Okay. So OG Hunter and Sean.
Yeah, and then X-Pac, I think they had, was that the third guy?
Well, when they were in DX together, it was just them and China. Sean eventually left, and then Hunter recruited X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws, and that's it. And then China would still be there, too.
For sure. And
Yeah.
OGDX was my number 5. How about you, buddy?
My number 5 was the Dudley Boys.
Okay.
So they won a lot of tag team titles, and they're really good at what they do, and they've just been good for so long. And they've been entertaining forever. So you can't really deny the Dudley Boys being one of the best tag teams of all time.
Yeah, they're on my list. We haven't talked about them, so they're obviously high.
Yeah. And I assume that this next team that I'm going to list at number 4 is also high up on your list. That is the E&C connection, Edge and Christian.
Of course, they're high on my list. I love them.
So Edge and Christian are amazing. They're both super entertaining, charismatic, and super good in the ring.
Plus spears for days. They both did it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Christian picked a spear up after Edge retired, and it was a bad spear.
But it's okay.
But I'll tell you, though, Edge probably had the best spear of all time.
Even better than Goldberg.
Probably, yeah.
Even better than
I think Goldberg's was more over,
Red.
but I think I'm going to say Rhino's was probably more over, but I think Edge probably had the best looking one.
Edge is...
I'm going to stand by it. Well, next week we can do the top 5 spears givers of all time.
We'll figure out some sort of list, I'm sure, the next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are both great picks. Like I said, they're both on my list, so I put them higher than you did. So it's interesting to see them pop out so early for you. I feel like they're low.
Well, it's because the team I remembered I put all the way up at 1. So
that's fair too.
Yeah. Who do you got it for, my man?
This is definitely a cop out. I wrote down Goldust and the World, man.
That's right. I remember seeing this on your list. I was like, that's pretty cool.
In parentheses, I have Booker T, Dusty Rhodes, fuck it, Stardust, R-Truth. And then I'm more.
Well, he tagged with Cody for a while too.
Yeah, regular Cody.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to differentiate.
Yeah.
Cody from Stardust.
Well, the thing is with Goldust and Stardust is they beat the Shield, didn't they? They were like the first team to beat the Shield or something.
Goldust and Cody Rhodes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But either way.
Nah, yeah.
Goldust in the World, man. I love watching Goldust. One of my favorite wrestlers. Fizz knows.
Goldust is great.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's still really good.
I remember talking about Goldust and Fizz goes, best hot tag in the league.
Yeah, because I think at that time he was tagging with his brother, and he did. He had a great hot tag.
He's phenomenal. I like Goldust.
Since then, American Alpha has existed, and Jason Jordan now holds the best hot tag. But Alex has not seen his glorious hot tag because they have not been as impressive in the main roster.
I don't know. I think American Alpha had a really cool moment where he refused to tag his injured partner in. Like that was really
that was really good. It was good storytelling.
Yeah. So I look forward to watching more of their matches. But in the scope of this, like I said, I had Goldust in the World, man, is my number 4. So then my number 3 is I have E&C, Edge and Christian.
Okay.
Naturally. Singles runs, mostly Edge, not Christian. But, like, they had great storytelling throughout. And I think even...
Hey, man, Christian's a world champion, too.
Yeah. Terrible run. But, like, I also like that they obviously had chemistry with, Jericho, one of our local favorites. And all 3 of them did really well, interchangeably.
Yeah. All right. My number 3 is the Hardy Boys.
Okay.
So I put the Hardy Boys. This was really hard. So I knew that the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and Dudleys had to be on this list.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to order them. But I knew, and I think I had the Dudleys lower at one point, but I was like, no, that's disrespectful. And I felt like they were kind of all at the same tier.
Yeah.
So like putting them all together seemed right to me, and putting them really high also seemed right to me.
Uh-huh.
So, and keep in mind, in my old list, the Hardys would have been number 2, but I digress. So the Hardy Boys, amazing tag team, obviously amazing chemistry, and the reason I put them above everyone else is even though the Dudleys were still kind of doing it, they were just kind of doing the old hits. And the Hardys have reinvented themselves so many times, and especially now, I cannot get enough of Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero.
Deleted Brother Nero. Okay. I could see that.
He's obsolete. He's an obsolete mule.
Okay. That's fair. Who'd you got at number 2?
My number 2 is the Road Warriors.
Okay.
So the Road Warriors are amazing. And I think that you would think so too.
Said I'd have had a 9 because I didn't really know anything about them, but I knew their legacy. So the fact that you actually watched them perform and do all that stuff really shows how important they really were in the tag team as a scope of the entire wrestling industry.
Yeah, man. They were incredible, and they were incredible throughout their career, throughout many companies, the territories, both WCW and WWE, and they were amazing. They were just 2 strong dudes who beat the crap out of people, and they had the look, and they were just revolutionary. There was no team like them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's really cool for you to say and speak out on. Like I said, I don't know him, but I trust you as a wrestling observer.
Yeah, I wanted, like, I had other teams, other places, like, I think I probably had the New Age Outlaws really high at first, and then I had the Outsiders really high too, and then I kind of reordered my list in such a way where I was like, this seems like the most correct for what I can say about what I've seen.
Uh-huh.
So, who do you got at number 2?
I have the Dudley Boys / Team 3D for their TNA stuff. As I've said before, my first ever watching was TNA, and with AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and then Team 3D just throwing people through tables. And I just thought they were really fun to watch, whether they were heels or faces at the time. And they seem to have great ring psychology, especially together. I think they really embraced the whole like tag team for life type atmosphere. I know they did do some singles runs and they weren't very good, but like I just enjoyed the fact because a lot of the time the tag teams keep splintering off.
Yeah, that's totally true. It is kind of cool to see tag teams kind of stay together for such a long time, even though they did kind of splinter off a little bit, and Bubba Ray did have like his big time heel run in TNA as a champion, as Bully Ray, but they still could always come together and have that awesome tag team match and that chemistry, and do the stuff that the fans wanted to see.
Yeah, for sure. And then my number 1 is Santino Marella and the Snake. No, I'm just kidding. It's the Hardy.
I thought you were so serious.
It's the Hardy Boys. They're my favorite. Jeff and Matt.
I was about to delete you.
Like earlier, you said different styles. I thought these guys did it really well with Matt being more grounded and being more of a physical beast, and then Jeff doing all the crazy stuff that we know Jeff to do. They were fun to watch, and they.
Even though like Matt Hardy was not, it's not like he didn't fly ever. He would, but like you would leave it up to Jeff to do the more impressive things.
Yeah, they had great things throughout, and I'm glad that now that their careers are sort of winding down, that Jeff's letting Matt take the spotlight, because it almost seemed like Jeff was always the main attraction between the two of them.
Well, I mean, you said let. And I don't think that's how that happened, because I think Matt Hardy made this thing for himself, and it took off. He has like complete creative control over his character in TNA, and he really built this for himself. And I want to echo that I think it's really cool that, because you're right, Jeff Hardy was always the Hardy that people wanted to see. And right now, in kind of the late stages of their career, I could care less about Jeff Hardy. I want to see the most Matt Hardy I can get.
I don't mean to say let, because that's fair that you pick
right.
Matt, but like because he does have complete creative control. But at the same token, Jeff can be like, I don't want to do it, but Jeff's been like, totally, I got your back, Matt. Let's see your vision throughout.
For sure, but I don't think he doesn't need Jeff. I think it enhances a little bit because people do want to see the Hardys. But he doesn't need Jeff.
I think it enhances it to begin with. I think now he doesn't need Jeff, but you need that first final deletion to get it off the running.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Okay, who's your number one that you kicked everyone off the list for?
Young Bucks.
Oh,
Young Bucks. That's right. That's right.
The greatest of all time.
The Young Bucks. I don't care. No, the Young Bucks are great. They are my
selling your garbage right now.
No. This is not garbage. The Young Bucks are amazing. They're my favorite tag team of all time.
They're amazing enough to forget off your list entirely to begin with.
I think when I was making the list, I wanted to put them on, and then it didn't feel right. And then I was watching them as we're doing this podcast, and I went, no, I was right before. They should be number one. So I
know so.
I love their characters. I love their high flying. I love literally everything they do. I've never seen a Young Bucks match that I didn't like. I'm putting the Young Bucks at number one. If you do not accept this, the Road Warriors are number one. But the Young Bucks.
Okay. I suppose.
I got nothing left to say. They're amazing.
All right, let's just do a final recap of run through your list, and then I'll run through mine.
Okay. Tied at 10, the Fabulous Freebirds and the Steiner. Here, I'll do this. 10, the Freebirds. 9, the Steiner Brothers.
Oh, 1A, 1B.
No, I'll get there. 8, the New Age Outlaws. 7, the Hart Foundation. 6, the Rockers. 5, the Outsiders. 4, the Dudleys. 3, Edge and Christian. 2, the Hardy Boys. 1 is the Road Warriors. And the best tag team of all time, so good that they can't even be on the list, is the Young Bucks.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan God 2.
Okay.
They got, yeah.
All right. 10, Brothers of Destruction. 9, Legion of Doom / Road Warriors. 8, New Day. 7, Shield, but if you don't accept those, I'm going to go with Harlem Heat somewhere on that list. 6.
I accept it. Don't worry.
6, Steiner Brothers. 5, OGDX. 4, Gold Dust in the World, man. 3, Edge and Christian. 2, Dudley Boys. 1, Hardy Boys, not Hardly. I almost put Rock and Sock Connection on here, but at the end, I think more of their single stuff than their...
Hey, man, that doesn't mean they weren't a great tag team.
So I didn't feel good having a lot of singles-esque tag teams on there with Shield, Brothers of Destruction, them as well, and then Hardy Boys, kind of.
And their DX.
And
You're talking about 2 world champions.
Yeah. I can't have... Well, I mean, Goldust has titles from everywhere, too. But,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He was mostly a singles guy for probably most of his career. I don't know. That's hard to say because the last half of his career has been mostly tags.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He's good.
Yeah, he's great. Love Goldust.
Gorilla and the Viper is going to be my selection as the greatest tag team of all time.
The what? Oh, no. No. Oh, God.
Cobra Strike. Just kidding.
I think we've went on long enough. I think we're done here. This has been the Power Bob-omb. Do you have any last words?
No.
All right. So you can follow me on Twitter at YoFizzYT. Do you want to plug out your Twitter out there? Do you want people to follow you?
42.
And follow Alex at AlexLane42.
Yeah, that's my college basketball number.
Yeah, cool. My not college basketball number. The last basketball number I wore was 15.
All right, I see you, Tim Tebow. What up?
No. That was Vinsanity, baby.
Okay,
I was aboard the Vince Carter hype train.
as you should be. I'm more of a
He
Tracy
just-
McGrady guy.
It was like the summer he dunked over that 7-footer. I was like, hell
I
yeah.
know the Olympics.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it. We've been the Power Bob-omb, and we'll talk to you guys next week. If you guys have any questions you want to send in, you can send it to us on Twitter at the names we've provided previously.
And we'll probably have some sort of top 10 list for you guys next week.
The people love lists, and so do we. Thanks for listening. So